We are Danni and Joe. And for the past year, we've been renovating our floating home, an 80s narrowboat. Now it's finally time to catch up on some travel plans.
We're going to America! Come along for the ride where we taste new foods, beers and everything the States has to offer.
This week we're in Chicago at the start of Route 66. We're going to explore the city for a few days and then head off on our massive road trip. About a massive road
No, I
trip.
don't like massive.
I don't like that.
Don't like that.
This is how badly the filming's got.
Take your foot off a brake first.
It's not on the brake!
There you go. Oh god. Luckily I bought excess insurance. By the way, we're not ones for like facts or guides or anything useful really. We're just filming this for a laugh. So in Danni and Joe fashion, we're going to start this week off with a little boat trip, hopefully, if there's any seats left, because we haven't booked it in Danni and Joe fashion.
And so we're staying at an Airbnb. I'm not really sure what part of the city this is, but we've got the cutest host. She is absolutely lovely.
Wickerfield, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, she's so nice.
And she's got, I didn't realise, but when we cut, she was like, oh, you okay with dogs? I was like, am I okay with dogs? And she's got this black chow called Simba, and it's literally the cutest dog I've ever seen, apart from Barney, obviously. And yeah, he just came and sit with us. Last night we had the aircon on, and she didn't have the aircon in her bit. So like Simba didn't want to leave, and she like literally had to drag him out, like, come on, I'll put the aircon on for you. It's so cute.
So we forgot to mention that the boat tour was the architectural one, which is actually really interesting. Surprising how many skyscrapers are here. I didn't realise it was the skyscraper capital of America. Or we've just been for our second Chicago deep dish pizza. It's not something I'd eat every day or even every week or every month. It's pretty hefty. It's like a celebration sort of thing. Not even many of the locals, from what we've heard, have it that often. Definitely more Neapolitan.
I prefer Italian. We're actually in Millennium Park, and we're by, I call it the Bean. Joe says it's called something else, but I feel like people call it the Bean.
A cloud arch? I don't know.
It's cool.
We forgot to say last night at our first pizzeria, which was Lou Malnati's, to basically got pre-ordered pizza because they take so long to cook. And on our way back, which has been like 40 minutes, we've seen, well, before we got back, we've seen like, I don't know, 4 fire engines go past, like flat out. As we got back to the pizzeria, they're all queued up outside the pizzeria, and there's firefighters coming out of the pizzeria. I don't know if it's a false alarm or something, but yeah, it's just crazy.
Everyone was acting normal inside.
We're so hungry as well, and we're like, please, just like, can we have our pizza?
No one was hurt.
We've got our first baseball game later on as well. Quite excited.
Watching
White
Sox versus New York Yankees.
Right, time for our first baseball game. We're trying not to look too much like tourists, so we left the microphone at home and in our backpacks anyway. We're going to see, we've already said, White Sox and Yankees.
Ooh, who's going to win?
Should be good fun. I ain't got a clue who's better.
Joe's been just looking on YouTube about basics.
The rules and
rules.
yeah, for kids, I think the program's for.
Trying to explain it to me. I don't really get it still, but I'm sure we'll understand by the end.
naivety or stupidism.
I let Joe choose the tickets. I said, get somewhere nice. We're probably never going to come again. I've never watched a live sports game. Joe chose the second.
Oh, sorry.
Joe chose the second from the highest one. And now we're like going up pretty high.
I thought I clicked onto the closer ones, but I clearly didn't.
He2's been walking an awful lot lately. He has 8 walks in the last 7 days.
And see over here, playing one, breathing in, take this, breathing out.
Somehow Danny caught her own game ball.
I seen it go behind, and then I like looked and I could see the angle, and no one else obviously saw it from the right angle. Someone's beer looks a bit fuller than it was before.
Busted.
Number 15, Alex Engel.
This is how badly the filming's got.
Danny told me I had to get out of bed and stop feeling sorry for myself because it's nearly 4 o'clock. Slightly overindulged on beer last night. And I'm 29 now, so hangovers are even worse. We're going to go make myself a little bit better, get our third and final pizza. It's like from a newer restaurant rather than a classic Chicago deep dish. Try and string some sentences together. Then we're going to go and have a look at a cocktail bar which is up like real high, so you've got a nice view later on. Oh, and we're going to go and find the Route 66 starts here sign as well, because we're picking up the car tomorrow and then starting an actual road trip, which I'm really looking forward to. So we've come down to the sign to start it, because we're picking the car up from the airport, which is like, I don't know, 20-25 minute drive, and it's right in the centre, so it's quite difficult. So I'm going to say we started it here and then pick the car up tomorrow morning.
Well, I guess so.
So the Route 66 adventure officially starts today. I know we went to see the sign yesterday. We paid not a lot for the rental car online through a company called Queek. It eventually came through Hertz. We paid like $800 and something, which was $1,000 cheaper than anything else. And we just managed to get upgraded for an extra $10 a day, so $200, and we got a Jeep.
It's because before it was like an extra £1,000 or dollars for like a bigger car, so you got us a hatchback, and she was like, honey, that's quite a long way. I was like, yeah, I agree. So
We got a 4-wheel drive Jeep.
woo!
Right, we're going to load up a bit quick. Get on the road. We definitely needed a bigger boot, otherwise the suitcase would have had to go on the back seats, and then your real route quite sideways from that.
Is there anything that covers it though?
Yeah, you can't see because the windows are so small. And that's thingy.
Yeah?
Like back check.
I feel like you're fighting for the car.
No, I was willing to get in an arm wrestle with that.
I seen them looking
Yeah.
at it. I was just sat there like, you having this one? Like,
Quite
yeah.
right.
Following on from this, we have far too much fried food, so we're going to go get a cool box, get some fruit and veg, and also buy like a little camping stove. I think it'll be worth it. I know we'll have to get rid of it at the end, but we'll try and see if we can give it to someone who probably needs it. And yeah, make some meals. I'm like craving some pasta and some fruit.
Just come to the nearest Target, stock up on some supplies, try and get a cool box and whatnot. Lost our phone holder as well, which we use for like sat-nav and stuff. When we're using the sat-nav too much on Route 66, so you've got to use maps. Have a little study of our couple of books that we got as well. Just go and join the original road, as like close to here as we can, and do
I also would like
keep
to
to it
book,
as true as possible.
Yeah, and book some accommodation because otherwise you're like
Yeah.
tired and then
One
you
of
can't
these.
be bothered to figure out.
I hate gorilla pods. So we're still lacking camping stove, pans for cooking,
Tin opener.
tin opener,
We've basically got loads of food.
a
We can't
stove.
actually eat
Did
any
I
of
say
it yet.
stove?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have a quick Google and see what's local that will sell that. There's a Home Depot there. There's a couple
Isn't
of
that more
shops.
like B&Q?
Yeah, but that was like all sorts in that Target, wasn't it? You never know. Right. You've seen these when we were in. Where were we? Florida? I can't remember where. Look at the size of it. A pretty good one.
Here he comes with the goods.
So, second Walmart was a success. I was after the stove that fits on these ones because we can get these gases back home, definitely. I got one of each size just in case. This little puppy.
Woo! Is that the one you
tiny.
wanted?
Yeah, basically, I don't know what brand this is. I don't know if it's just a Walmart own, but it's that type of stove. Just so handy to take away in a backpack. Well, if we do any more like real adventurous travel.
Yeah, nice. It is now about 6 o'clock. We left the Airbnb at.
No, dropped it.
We left the Airbnb at midday, so yeah, we've got a lovely new cool box full of veggies and nice things.
Just no ice in it.
No ice, but we've got some of those little cooler things you can put in the freezer, and in most motels they seem to have little fridges with freezers, so that's what we're going to try.
Thing on it. Oh,
Is it nice?
quite a little igniter on it.
Hold on. So today's been pretty long, but hopefully from now on in it'll just be a bit easier because we've already got food and we can cook on the side of the road. Now to find the road.
Yeah, we're going to go and find at the earliest position so we don't miss too much of it.
We're not going back into Chicago though.
No, we're not like being that extreme.
So we're just about to turn off onto Route 66 where we're about to begin, and tonight we're heading to, oh there's a sign, we are heading to Bloomington.
In Illinois, same state. So for anyone wondering, I think it's fairly common knowledge, but Route 66 is essentially what they call the mother road, and back at the start of like when cars were becoming more popular, they tried to link up some more of the smaller towns and stuff. Before Route 66 there's a lot of dirt tracks in America, and we're heading from Chicago west, which is pretty much what they say is the original route, because people started off on the east coast more so and then headed west and developed further and further along. It's about 2,500 miles. We're not following it 100%. We're following it and cutting off in Nevada to Las Vegas, and then going to sort of rejoin it and do some sort of haphazard backwards route from Vegas down to San Diego.
Yeah.
And then we are going to finish at Santa Monica, I think, which is Los Angeles, which where it officially finishes, but that'll be right at the end of our trip. So we're going to go like cut off, end up in Hawaii, then come back and finish it.
Some of the, because obviously since the interstate and things have been put in place, a lot of the roads, or some of the roads, you can't really follow anymore, though this part seems to be quite well maintained. There are definitely parts that we are going to have to join the interstate before we get back onto the historical Route 66. At the moment we're still very much on the interstate or different highways. We're on Highway 53 at the moment. Is that classed as an interstate?
No, interstate
No.
are the ones with the big blue sign with the red on.
Oh, okay.
And interstates are what killed off Route 66, essentially.
Well, at the moment we're still on a highway, quite a main road. Just going to Joliet. Still got the sign. The signs are a bit few and far between. We have had to pull over a couple of times because I'm not that great at directions.
This is like the most built up and where there's not a lot of Route 66 this side. So hopefully within the next couple of hours or an hour we should be like bit more single track roads and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'll be a bit better at filming, because this just looks like anywhere at the minute. Bit of an anti-climax, wasn't it? I was like, oh, here we go. Starting to see some evidence of the original 66. Go and hold on to their seats, kids. Right, next stop, probably one of the most famous, like along Route 66, there's loads of like statues and stuff. One I can always remember is Gemini Giant. That's only 23 minutes away now.
I don't even know what that is.
So these were originally like all along the route, and they were essentially adverts for exhaust shops or like mufflers. And there's only a few left. 20 foot to be precise. Fiberglass. Four-wheel drive mode. Just found. I've seen it on the side. Oh yeah. I think this is definitely is some original surface.
Wow.
And we're gonna cook some dinner. We've got used to it. Been a bit more real that we're actually here. It's like been in the planning stage for like a couple of years, been put off so long, and then we're actually here. Cool. Good morning. So we made it to this Motel 6 in Normal, which is just north of Springfield in Illinois still. Bloomington, sorry. We're heading to Springfield later on. Is that right? Yeah. So we've got a nice, fairly leisurely. If we drove straight there, it'd only be an hour and a half. So we're going to stop off a few places. I think Springfield's where there's a Abraham Lincoln Museum, his old home, and a couple other bits, which should be quite cool. We can have a bit of a tidy up. Get this one out of bed. So there's a 1930s or refurbished 1930s petrol station here in Normal or Bloomington.
Is that the one we missed?
What, a petrol station?
I thought we drove past something. You said we were going to go back.
Oh no, I need to look what that was. But there's a petrol station we're going to have to look at. If it's open, you can buy like gifts and stuff. Do you want some souvenirs?
It's Sunday, but yes, if they are open, I would love some souvenirs. So my top. Do I look like a tourist?
Also, if anyone's wondering what happened to the New Orleans video, we got thrown off. We got told off for filming, or Danny got told off for filming at the cookery class, and then we stopped filming from there on. Just went and got rather drunk. So we filmed like half a video, and it's just a bit mismatched. We ate a lot. Danny had her crawfish.
Yeah.
What else did we do? We went to Cafe du Monde, which is like the famous French Quarter cafe.
And the Cafe Beignet was trash.
Cafe Beignet was, yeah, that was better.
I feel like the whole video is just going to be you at this angle.
No lampposts, lovely.
By the way, I forgot to mention that we saw a raccoon yesterday or last night, and I could not be more excited. He was just plodding along the road, and then he went down like the drain. I don't know how he fit.
Short, flat drain. I don't know if you see one. Oh, there's the locking
They're all
sound in
locked.
this car.
They're all like shut.
One come right.
Yeah, but anyway, that has just made my life and I want to see more. So I'm gonna, I mean, we drove quite late last night, it was dark, but even if we get to the motel earlier, we're gonna have to just go out and drive around. They went down something like this. Can't you see it? Oh, you're too fast. Yeah. I don't know how.
Fatter, shorter than that.
Oh, it's so cute though. They're like chubby and round, just like bobbling along.
That was such a cool little shop. Ryburn Place. Lady, so sweet.
She's lovely.
So interesting. She first did Route 66 when she was
2.
no
4.
5.
Oh, 5.
5 when they left with her
okay.
dad in the back of a Model A.
That picture was taken in the 1950s. And so that was taken, I think you can tell how poor we were. It was a 1928 Model A.
She used to sleep on the side of the road, didn't get hotels, just. And her dad used to say that he spent more time on the side of the road because her and her brothers were car sick. Aww. Dramatic.
I'll give you dramatic in a minute if I don't get a coffee. First truck stop on the 66
First one ever.
in 1920.
8, I think.
By the way, we're not ones for like facts or guides or anything useful really. We're just filming this for a laugh.
Go in here. Here. Cafe and buffet.
My two favourite phase.
You too what?
Cafe, buffet, my two favourite phase. So this section is still the original surface from 1922 to 1923. It was the first hard paved road to join Chicago with St. Louis or St. Louis.
Ooh.
You walk in. Take your foot off the brake first.
It's not on the brake.
No, let the handbrake's on. Handbrake's on. Put your foot on the brake first before you can take the handbrake off. There you go. Oh god. Luckily, I bought excess insurance, so if we do any damage to the car, just claim for that. I don't have to pay anything. Hence why Danny's allowed to drive.
In Lincoln, and this is supposed to be the world's largest covered wagon, although it doesn't have its cover on it today, so I don't know where we stand in the charts with that one. Next stop?
Maybe Springfield.
Yeah. And I thought I couldn't have a corn dog from the OG corn dog restaurant. Turns out it's actually in Springfield. I thought it was en route, so we'll be able to go 8 AM tomorrow.
You gotta put your seatbelt on.
Possible tornado. Move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.